Mr Speaker, while elections have often played to the worst in us, politics can also have a much more hopeful, optimistic future. For there's another side to humanity, one that sees someone in trouble and extends a helping hand, one that says we need more love, not less, one that offers hospitality even when times are tight, and one that says it's better to live within the limits of the planet rather than putting everything on the never-never and leaving our children and grandchildren to pay the debt. These values of sustainability, compassion and equality that will form the foundation for tackling 21st century problems are, of course, not new. They are, many people have known them for quite some time. They are the campaigners in the forests and at the coal and uranium mines. They are the scientists who fearlessly tell us the truth about climate change. They are the first Australians who have never given up their sovereignty and who rightfully still seek a treaty. They are the innovators whose creative labours at home, at work and in the globally interconnected public sphere are forging new, exciting and sustainable ways of living our lives. They are the workers who will stand on picket lines to advance principles that are bigger and deeper than any one individual. They are the people who have helped our cause in the ways they can, from handing out how to votes to attending rallies. They are the Greens members of the local councils and the state and federal parliaments who have advanced beliefs and put them into practice. All these people, and many, many more, are the ones on whose shoulders I stand here today, and I hope that I can do justice to you. And to every supporter of the Melbourne campaign, you have done amazing things. You made history. And I want to single out a few for special mention. Rohan, Damien, Lucy, Sharif, Kahute, Jake, Olivia, as well as many others, worked their guts out in the Brunswick Street office. Kathleen, Brian and Cindy, it's a delight to work with you and I hope I can do more of it after November. To Nick, Jara, Lily, Sophia and all your team, your advice and work was invaluable. And in particular to all those people in Melbourne who have come here recently or some time ago from Africa and surrounds, your work is truly inspirational. To our state MLCs, Greg, Sue, Colleen, to Senator-elect Richard and to all my Senate colleagues, and Bob Brown and Sarah Hanson-Young in particular, thank you for throwing so much support behind this campaign in Melbourne. To those unions I've worked with over many years, but especially to those who took a big leap to support me and the Greens, your commitment to principle and real change for the benefit of your members is humbling. Along the way, as an industrial lawyer representing you, I have learned much. Most importantly, knowing that while sometimes cutting a deal is the best thing to do, at other times there is much more to be gained by taking a strong stand and having the courage of your convictions. In particular, I want to thank Peter Marshall from the United Firefighters Union for your support and wisdom over many years, and to thank you and Mick Farrell for coming here today. To Rosemary Kelly and the Medical Scientists Association, who are prepared to objectively analyse the policies of the parties, including ours, and put that information in front of their members, I thank you. And to Dean Mile and the State Council of the Electrical Trades Union, your strong support was so valuable and your willingness to stick your necks out in the interests of your members inspirational. To Len Cooper, Joan Doyle and their respective colleagues at the CEPU, and to the Australian Institute of Marine and Power Engineers, your support was greatly welcomed. It's with great interest, Mr Speaker, that I think we're witnessing the development of unions being prepared to no longer automatically support one party, but instead to assess parties and candidates on their merits and support the one that is best going to represent their members, that I think is of great merit for Australian democracy and for the cause of unionism and workers in general. To my beautiful partner Claudia, whose advice, support and humour have made this possible, a deep thanks and love. And to my parents Moira and Alan, your beliefs in social justice and lived environmentalism and the amazing parts of Australia and the world that you have shown me have helped bring me here. I'm so happy that the three of you are all here today. Mr Speaker, we all have a very short period of time in which to respond to the climate emergency facing us, to this planet's rapidly dwindling condition, and to the nagging feeling many of us share that this way of life simply isn't sustainable. We're all in this together, but we should never forget the amazing things humans are capable of when our creative labours are unleashed. We chose to go to the moon, and we made it. To quote Jodie Dane, the Apollo project boldly predicted the we of a common humanity aspiring to break the bonds of particularity and reach beyond our imaginations. And it's that commons that we can find again. It is with dreams of great proportions that we will solve our current crises. It is around the core values of sustainability, compassion and equality, that we can forge a politics for the 21st century and create a new community. I know that this desire is shared by many in this country. Indeed, Mr Speaker and fellow members, although one might not know it looking around at the composition in this chamber, at this election around the country more than 1 in 9 people voted for the Greens. If this chamber proportionately represented the views of the Australian people, there would be at least 17 Greens MPs sitting in here. And whilst I might only be one member in this parliament, I hope it's also appreciated that the values I am representing here are supported by a much bigger proportion of the population right around this country. But it's the people of Melbourne who have seen fit to elevate these values to the national stage by electing the first Greens member to the House of Representatives at a general election. To everyone in Melbourne who exercised their powerful votes and put me here, I am grateful and humbled. You should know that your votes have already had an impact. It is a joy to be here on your behalf, and I hope that I can do justice to the people of Melbourne as your first Greens representative.
Order. The question is that the address be agreed to. The member for Forrest.